What are your salary expectations? If you get this question in an interview and if you pause, overthink, or you panic, then you are not alone. Because this is one question that can definitely make anyone uncomfortable in an interview. Now, depending on what answer you give will decide what is the next salary you are going to get, or even in your future roles that you are applying for. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step approach how to answer this question confidently, clearly, and to the point so that you do not undersell yourself and still remain in the race to get that job that you are applying for. Well, if you are new to this channel, my name is Arun Thukral. I'm a leadership coach, and be a part of this video, learn the techniques of salary negotiation and how to handle those questions which are going to decide your next job. Let me put it very simply. If you quote a number too low, you might lose out on earning a good amount of salary. If you quote a higher number, you might sound very expensive. And if you do not respond to this question, it will look that you are unprepared. Therefore, a question, what is your salary expectation, is a tricky question and you should know how to handle it. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what to say, when to say, and how to say so that you remain in command of this conversation and emerge out as a brilliant candidate. So, take your pens and pads, make notes. If you have any questions, write it down. I'll personally respond to it. Before we go into the details of how to answer this question, let's first understand why employers ask this question. What exactly is in their mind that they want to know? Number one, they want to understand, can they afford you? Because every role has a typical budget assigned to it. So they want to understand that whether you will come within their budget or not. Number two, they want to understand, do you know what is your worth? That means, are you having that awareness that what is your own market value? So they want to know from you that do you really fit into the number that you are asking, and are you really deserving for that or not? And number three, they want to also understand, are you a person who is a long-term fit into the organization? So if your demand is too high, then it may not fit at all. So what they really want to look at is that, are you realistic? And are you coming into the organization not only just for money, but having a long-term goal to get associated with this organization? Now, by having a good understanding of these three areas will help you to position yourself by understanding three important things. Number one, how well you research about the organization. Number two, how well you have understood about the role that you are applying for. And number three, how confident you are when you are responding back to these questions. Because these three things will decide whether you will be able to get the appropriate, the right salary that you really are looking forward to for this role that you are applying for. Now let's talk about some of the mistakes candidates do and they don't even realize it. Mistake number one, they say, I am open, I am flexible. Now that means you are not prepared, you are not even sure, and most importantly, you are reflecting that you are casual. Mistake number two, they quote a figure without even doing a research. And this is the most dangerous thing, because either you are underscoring or you are overshooting, which means there is always a high chance that anyone can make out that you have not done any proper research. Mistake number three, they start giving up a very exact number that this is what they are looking at. Now, if you open these cards too early, you have actually closed the room for negotiation. Mistake number four, they become very aggressive and they quote a figure where it very clearly looks that you are not interested in the job, you are only interested in the money. And that is where a lot of candidate goes wrong. And last but not the least, they give a figure which is very, very conservative, which is not even to be considered by the employer. And that's where you lower down your own credibility and you don't know what is your own market worth. When you do all these kind of mistakes, there are very high chances you might be ignored over other candidates who are more smarter, or the employers sometimes take an advantage of you and they can offer you whatever they want because they know that you are not serious about it or you have not prepared yourself very well, and they might drop you. So let's learn now what we need to do to create that kind of control in the conversation by showcasing that how much I know my value worth and what is it that can make me earn the right salary that I deserve. Now I'm going to tell you what is a smart strategy. The smart strategy, step number 1 is you need to identify the salary range with respect to your experience, your location, and the role that you are applying for. That means you need to figure out from different sources, and these sources could be LinkedIn, Naukri, or a recruiter who might be your friend, or some other industry colleagues who can give you a fair idea that at this level of experience for this particular role in this particular industry and in this particular location. When I say location, I mean to say that is it a tier 1 town or a tier 2 town or a tier 3 town, or you are abroad in some other country, and that will decide the level of salary ranges that you should aim for. Step number 2 is think about a typical range in the mind that you are likely to earn or likely to get from the employer, which means you should not be very specific about a particular number. So let's take an example. If my annual package is 25 lakhs and I'm applying for a job where I believe that with respect to my experience the salary could be around 30 or 35 lakh, I would quote something like I am happy to be in the range of 33 to 35 lakhs. But I'll not get very particular about, no, I need 31 lakh as my fixed salary and only then I will apply for the job. Now, it's always good to give a range. When you give a range, it keeps the discussion and the room for negotiation clearly open. Step number 3, and that is keep a number in your mind. What is your walk out point or walk away point? Let me explain you. When you decide that, okay, if my package range is, let's say, between 30 to 35 lakhs, and if suppose somebody asks you, no, tell me something very specifically what you are looking at, then not very openly, but privately and in a very settled tone, you should say, I'm looking somewhere around 32 lakh. That's my last. If I get anything less than this, I don't think so that this role I'm going to apply. So you need to have a walkaway point, and that walkaway point will define that this person is very clear because he knows his value worth in the market, he knows the value of his experience, and probably he has done the right research. And such cases, in my own experience, I have seen people do get that number, what is in their mind, because your walkaway point number has to be very, very clear in your head. But this will only come once you do the step number 1 very clearly. And the step number 4 is prepare your answer. Always remember that confidence comes from preparation, which means whenever the interviewer is going to ask you what is your salary expectation, you need to articulate it in a way that you can exactly put across these points which I just mentioned you in a very, very subtle and convincing way. That's the art of communication. So that can only happen with regular practice. If you like these 4 steps, write salary in the comment section. Now the question is when to answer and when to delay. Well, timing is everything in your salary negotiation. So if you are giving an interview in the early rounds, and if suppose somebody asks you, tell me what is your salary expectation, now this is the time that you can slightly delay. And you can answer something like this: well, I would like to understand more about the roles, the responsibilities, and the challenges this role have, which will help me to understand a little bit more about the expectation, and probably after that I can really think about it and come back to you with respect to my salary expectation. While at a later stage, when you're maybe the final round with the country head or with the HR person, once it is happening and they ask you, what are your salary expectations? Now, this is the time you should apply that step number 2, which I mentioned to you, is talk about the range. That means don't go to the specific number, talk something about, let's say 30 to 35 lakh is something that I'm looking for this position. And that's how you can manage your expectations and the timing very, very appropriately to impress upon what they are looking at. Because the flip side of it, if you answer too early in the early phases, what will happen is you close the door for negotiation. Number 2, it also might appear that you are highly money minded if you have quoted an aggressive number. So to safeguard that, this is the smartest and a diplomatic answer to that is that I really need to understand the roles and challenges, and basis that I'm going to decide. Allow me some time. Something like this. Hope this helps. Now I will give you some of these best sample answers based on situations that you can use at the time of your salary negotiation. So one of the balanced answer is, I'm looking forward to join this company, and since you have asked me what are my salary expectation, I'm looking out somewhere in the range of 20 to 25 lakh for this particular role based on my experience and the research that I have done. In addition to that, once I understand your range from you, if this expectation matches, we can discuss in greater detail about the entire compensation breakup that will help me to understand the breakup of my fixed versus my variable, and basis that we can proceed further. The second is the reverse question strategy. Now here we have to just flip the question back to the employer. Now instead of you telling and giving the range, you should ask, if it is possible, can you share me what is the range of salary that you have kept for this particular role with the relevant experience that I carry? Once I know that, I can really align my expectations to the range that you are providing. Now by doing this, you have given the volley of question back to the interviewer or the employer, and they have to now think and give you the range. That's a smart move, because you are not committing any number from your end, but you have still the cards on your side once they tell you the number, and then you can rethink your strategy to position what you are really looking at. So remember, what was your walk away point that you have in your mind. So for example, if they say, see, our budget is not more than 20 lakh for this salary, for this particular job. And at that time, maybe you can take a pause and you can think, and silently and quietly you can say, well, I really appreciate, first acknowledge, I really appreciate that you have kept a number, but based on my research and the kind of experience and expertise that I bring on the table, I believe that 23 is my walkaway point. So that's what I wanted to convey. Now this is the time that you are strategizing and you are deciding. Now if they feel that you are the right candidate, then they might have to relook at their budgets. That's a smart move. The third is the confident approach. And you can say something like this: based on my experience and the research that I have done about this particular role and the expertise that I bring on the table, I believe that I truly deserve to be getting somewhere in the range of X and Y. So whatever number that you have thought, you can give a range. But before that number, you need to talk about your expertise, your experience, and the role research that you have done with the same range in the marketplace. So that gives a very confident approach, that you are very clear, you are having the self-awareness of your own value worth, and that's how you are coming up with a logic. You are not just coming and shooting randomly, and that's where you become more confident. Now for freshers, the approach would be slightly different, and I would put something like this. As a fresher, my goal is to learn and grow in the role that I am applying for. So based on my research, I would be happy to get somewhere a range between X and Y. Now, I use the word based on research. So I know that at a fresher level, they might be defining their own numbers standard for all the freshers that they are hiring, but there is no harm in putting across, because what is important is that when you say that my goal is to learn and grow, and then based on my research, this is my expectation, it will really give an impact over rest of the freshers who are talking and the numbers they are putting. So this gives you an edge. I promise you, this gives you an edge. Why I'm saying, because I sit on the other side of the table and I can see the difference. Now, important is how do you rehearse and how confident you are when you are speaking, and how much you believe in it. Because if you don't believe in it, then it will look like that you have rehearsed the answer. So never do that in any interview. For career switchers, the approach would be something like this. Particularly if you are coming with a background of good relationship and good competencies with respect to your functional role. So for example, let's say I work in an organization in pharmaceutical industry and I am a finance head. Now I know the entire nuances of the finance business, and I also know the functional competency of being a finance manager. On the other side, let's say you are in sales and you have an extremely high relationship with high-end customers, and you also know the sales process and how the sales are driven. You bring a lot of transferable skills and an immediate start to an organization, and that is why they have preferred you. So your approach would be something like this, that based on the transferable skills that I bring and the research that I have done about this role, I would be happy to have something in this range between X and Y. Now, this is important because you can negotiate harder once you bring that expertise or a transferable skill on the table. Now, here are some of the pro tips that many don't know. Number one, always quote slightly higher than the range that you have thought of. Number two, always look at the total compensation as a package, which means do not focus only on your fixed salary. Look at the fixed salary, look at the bonus, look at the perks, and look at the flexibility that you provide, and negotiate on every part, and then you decide whether you want to go or not. Number three, stay calm. It's just a normal business conversation. It's nothing else. So the more you stay calm, the more you will be in control. Number four, don't rush. That means take pauses, easy pauses, so that you can show your calmness that creates an impact. And number five, you are not begging for salaries or a growth in your compensation. It's a negotiation of the values that you are bringing on the table. So negotiate well and take the best package and give the best value to the organization. And that's how you grow in your life, and you grow in the business, and you grow in your role. Hope this helps you. And if it really helps you, give a comment below, salary negotiation. In the end, I would only say that next time when you get this question, what is your salary expectation? You will not panic because you are already ready. Always remember that negotiate the best value of the worth that you are carrying. And it can only come with good research, understanding the role, and most importantly, how do you communicate? How do you stay calm, confident, and approachable when you are negotiating your true value in the marketplace? If this video has really helped you, share your comments below and do give your thumbs up on the like button. It acknowledges my effort, and see you next time soon in the next video. Thanks a lot.